So you're in Tyler, and you want to enjoy this amazing city with your dog, right? From walks through the Azalea District to just hanging out at the park. Well, having a dog that listens makes all of that so much better. We're here to give you a clear, simple guide to finding a great local trainer, so you and your dog can really start building a fantastic partnership.
Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about what makes a great trainer. Then, we'll look at the different kinds of programs to find the right fit for you. We'll get into budgeting and what to expect cost-wise, cover Tyler's local dog laws, give you a checklist of questions for any potential trainer, and finally, show you some great spots around town to practice.
Okay, let's start with the most important piece of the puzzle: how to spot a genuinely good trainer, and what qualifications really matter. The main thing you want to look for is a trainer who uses positive reinforcement. It's really the gold standard in modern dog training. Basically, it's all about teaching your dog what you do want them to do by rewarding them for it. This approach builds a strong bond of trust and makes the training actually stick. Now, this is really important to understand. There's no state license for dog trainers in Texas, so these certifications are your best bet for knowing if someone is a real professional. A CPTKA means they've passed a big test on training knowledge. KPA-CTP means they've gone through a serious hands-on program. And if you're dealing with more difficult issues like major fear or aggression, those last two, the IAAPC or CBCCKA, show a much deeper level of expertise. So once you know what to look for in a trainer, the next step is figuring out which type of training program is going to be the best fit for you, your dog, and what you're trying to achieve. It really comes down to the environment. Group classes, they're fantastic for getting your dog used to distractions, kind of like what you'd find at a busy place like Faulkner Park. But if your main problems are at home, say your dog jumps all over guests or steals food off the counter, then a private session is perfect because the trainer can tackle the problem right where it happens. And of course, there are more immersive options for folks with super busy schedules or who just need to see results a little faster. Programs like day training or a board and train mean a professional is working with your dog every single day, which can definitely give them a head start. All right, let's get into the money side of things. Knowing the typical costs for dog training here in the Tyler area helps you figure out what to expect and what kind of program will work for your budget. So the big question is, what's this actually going to cost? What should you plan for when you're looking for a professional trainer here in Smith County? Well, as you can see, there's quite a range. A typical 6-week group class usually falls somewhere between $150 and $250. A single 1-hour private lesson is often between $80 and $130. And those really intensive options, like a 2-week board and train, are obviously a much bigger investment. A good tip is to always ask about packages, since buying a few sessions at once is often cheaper than paying one by one. Okay, let's cover another piece of being a responsible dog owner here in Tyler. Good training makes it so much easier to follow all the local rules without even thinking about it. This number is one you'll want to remember. In Tyler, anytime your dog is out in public, unless you're in a designated off-leash dog park, they have to be on a leash that's 6 feet long or shorter, and it can't be one of those retractable ones. This rule applies everywhere, from the sidewalks in your neighborhood to popular spots like Bergfield Park. And here's another one. Texas state law says all dogs need to have their rabies vaccine by the time they're 4 months old. And just as important, they need to wear their current rabies tag on their collar at all times. And this is an area where good training can really save you a headache. If your dog is barking all the time and bothering the neighbors, it can actually become a noise violation. Working with a trainer on why they're barking, whether it's boredom or anxiety, is the best way to make sure your dog is a good, quiet neighbor. So, you've done your research. You've narrowed it down to a few potential trainers. What's next? The consultation. This is your chance to interview them, and you'll want to go in with the right questions. Honestly, these 6 questions will give you a really clear picture. Their answers about philosophy and credentials confirm their professional background. Asking how they'll tailor the plan and track progress shows you how they'll approach your dog's specific needs. And their willingness to work with your vet, that's a huge green flag, especially if you're dealing with behavior issues that could have a medical cause. Remember, training doesn't just happen for an hour a week. The real progress comes when you take what you've learned and apply it in the real world. And luckily, Tyler has some amazing places to do just that. You can almost think of these spots as different training levels. Boulder Park Dog Park is a great place to start practicing recall in a safe, fenced area. Once your leash skills are getting better, head to Bergfield Park to practice around more people. The Tyler Rose Garden is perfect for working on calm behavior, and the trails at Tyler State Park are fantastic for keeping your dog's focus. And really, that's the whole point, isn't it?
To get to that place where you can walk through the most beautiful parts of our city with your dog, and it's just easy. No pulling, no stress, just you and your best friend enjoying a walk together.
Finding the right trainer is about so much more than just stopping a few bad habits. It's an investment that helps your dog become a confident, happy companion you can include in every part of your East Texas life. We wish you the best of luck in finding that perfect training partner and enjoying all the adventures you'll have together.